I'm Lori Allred. Welcome to Inspired by Pinterest, where I browse around Pinterest looking for amazing crafty ideas from people from all over the world and bring them to life each week here on an episode on my craft channel. I am sorry I've missed you guys. I haven't been on the channel for about a month now. I've had kids leaving home, and I've been trying to move my craft room, and we all know what that's like. That's major. I couldn't find anything. So I am so excited to be back. I thought today we'd kind of ease into this, and I've got some really fun ideas coming up in the next couple of weeks. So today we're going to be talking about silhouettes, the DIY silhouettes. Now, this idea actually is something that I remember as a kid going to Disneyland, and they had a little shop on Main Street you could go into, and the guy would like sit you up against a whiteboard and cast a shadow, and I believe he actually cut it by just looking at you, but he may have traced it. I don't know. I was only like 7 at the time, but I love the look of that, and I've noticed they're starting to become more and more popular. So I actually created a pin board called Silhouette DIY, and so I've got some really fun ideas in there. So let's walk through a few of those here on the screen. So the first one I want to refer you to is from weddingchicks.com. They have a whole grouping or collection of different ideas that link to as far as how you can incorporate silhouettes, some tutorials and whatnot. And I just love some of their ideas, so I thought it was worthy of mentioning. The next one I thought was super fun is from craftniche.com, and I love that she did her animals. She has a horse and some dogs that she did silhouettes of, and then created a little bit of collage for her home. It's a fun idea. I wouldn't have thought to do my pets. I thought that was great. Here's a really fun idea. countryliving.com took 2 silhouettes of a man and a woman and created cork boards, large style cork boards that you could then, stick notes on and whatnot. And I just super clever. I like that it was thinking out of the box and not super traditional. And then I absolutely love this idea from marthastewart.com. They did a whole entire gallery wall of silhouettes. Now, what I love about this one is that they incorporated color backgrounds, and the silhouettes are all white. But they're not just silhouettes of the side profile. Some of them are silhouettes of bodies and different things, like someone playing sports. I thought that was a super clever idea. So now that I've shown you where my excitement came from this episode, I thought I'd tell you about a few of the things I discovered. One, again, don't just think you have to do a side profile of your kid or a family member. It can be a lot of different things. I loved this fun idea, just to show you an example, is a photograph, and I love that it's just silhouetted with the sunset in the background of a man and a woman, and I thought, how cute would that be for like a wedding gift if you could black out the couple's picture, and you can change the contrast on your images to do that, to create a pattern, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Here's another really fun idea. I absolutely love this. With all the seniors graduating right now, what a fun idea to use your alphabet letters that we all know you have a stash of and create a banner. Just thought that was super clever, and you could cut that out and keep it as a memory, but what a fun idea. So we can start with photographs. Now, my kids are gone, and my husband wasn't willing to be my model, so I went on the hunt online for side profiles, and I found some really neat old pictures and different pictures of kids and whatnot. So these people I do not actually know, but I thought it would be really fun to use their images. And here's a silhouette created from that same image. You can see it. So right here, I'll overlay it over her. So that's a really cool, just taking a photograph. You do not have to have an electronic cutter to do this. Although I did do some of the designs using my electronic cutter, you don't have to have one. So here's a really fun idea. Instead of using black, I love incorporating color, and this is from this gorgeous picture. And I just love, getting the wispy parts of her hair to create that silhouette, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So the advantage of doing an electronic cutter, I'm going to tell you right now, is the fact that I can take the same design and do it in different sizes. So that's a huge bonus for me. You can still do the same thing by printing off the photograph and creating a pattern. You just have to mess with it and do it multiple times. Trust me, this took me only a matter of minutes to do. So I love that feature. I also love that I can get a little bit more detail on, say, the hair. And I love that this image I was able to black out. And you can do to create the contrast, you can there are images available on, if you do a search on Google, it'll bring up all kinds of silhouettes. So if you're not particularly looking for maybe your child's, although I think that's what's so cool about this, is a personalized item, that you can actually go on and find the already silhouette patterns. But I didn't do that with a lot of these. I actually pulled them into Photoshop, and I changed out the contrast and then dropped out the background. And then I just colored the whole thing in black to create my pattern. So some of these are done that way. Some are ones I've purchased off of Silhouette, or Cricut has some. So look how beautiful this little girl is with all her little eyelashes and the detail on her. I just really love that. And I love that you could personalize these by simply adding a really fun colored background. We all have that stash of scrapbook paper, and this cute little boy and this little girl idea with that. I thought this was a cute idea where you could take an image of a man and a woman. Again, I think this would be a beautiful wedding gift if that were in, say, an oval frame. I just thought that was super awesome. And, you know, we can't exclude our animals, so I just thought, why not do a cat? But here, let me show you how quick and easy this can be. You don't have to have an electronic cutter. We're going to take our image, so just a photograph, blow it up to the size you want. And then I suggest first taking a marker and kind of outlining the image that you're going to be cutting, because I think you need to determine this before you add your scissors to it. You can do this as you go. Some people kind of have that visual. See, now she has this big poofy scarf on, and I don't necessarily want that, so I'm going to probably drop her neck in. And my picture also cuts off at the top, so I'm going to kind of create the top of her head and include things like the little bow in her hair. I think that looks cool. And then I kind of did this, but then as I was cutting, I may have cut some down or omitted some and just kept coming down until I created this fun pattern of her hair. And then I would just take my scissors, layer on top of a piece of cardstock, and then cut her out. So here I'm going to just drop this down so it goes, and then you can just kind of create the pattern from this. So you're just going to take this cute image, cut it out, lay it over top of cardstock, and you've got this beautiful silhouette. So that's all you need to do to create your own silhouette patterns, to create your own home decor. It's a really fun technique to try, so give it a try and check out my board. As always, you can go to my blog, allreddesign.net, to see any of the pins that I've mentioned today, any links, and also you're going to be seeing a lot more of my videos up on YouTube. So if you've had a hard time finding them in the past, check out my YouTube channel so that you can see old episodes that you loved before and haven't been able to find. So thanks for joining me. We'll see you next week here on my craft channel.